I was born in Bali and grew up on this beautiful island surrounded by nature, mountains, and coastlines. My earliest childhood memory was crab hunting with my dad and being pushed into waves. This led me to develop a very strong passion for the ocean at a very young age, which still means a lot to me. At age 9, I joined Green School and was instantly attracted to the GS philosophy in nature and in sustainability, to which, as it turns out, has been a springboard for furthering my knowledge on the environmental issues. This led me to develop a very strong passion for the ocean at a very young age, which still means a lot to me. When I started brainstorming of what I might do from a project, I found it challenging to come up with an idea of how can I take my love of surfing and turn it into a meaningful presentation that would help reduce ocean waste, highlight the need for recycling ocean rubbish into a viable product. One day, after surfing, I came out of the water, and the only thing I could say was, "Anybody wants to guess?" Sandals. I picked up a sandals and thought to myself, why are there so many sandals? And how did they get here? Every shape, size, color, I imagine they all had a story to tell of their own journey. From the bottom of someone's foot to the final discarding resting place on the beach. The thought of this stayed with me on my way home. And so begins my story. When I got home, intrigued, I decided to do some research. How many of you are wearing sandals right now? About 3 billion petroleum-based flip-flops are produced worldwide each year and eventually end up as a non-biodegradable product returning our beaches, oceans, and landfills. Now, think about it. 3 billion. That number is almost too big to fathom. And out of that 3 billion, only a very small percentage of it is being recycled. And the rest, well, goes to landfills, rivers, and oceans. Let's take a closer look at our favorite footwear choices for a moment. Its history and evolution. The Hamel sandals date back to Roman times. Back then, it was made from leather, which is a biodegradable product. Fast forward a couple thousand years, with the Industrial Revolution of the mid-18th century. Rubber became the preferred choice as it was factory made. It became a cheaper alternative. Sandals can come in a variety of materials, but usually they're made from polyurethane. So what does this mean for my project? Well, I did notice that surfboard deck pads are produced from unsustainable materials, and thought if I could recycle sandals, then at least it would cut down on the amount of new rubber being made. And if you could see that my deck pad is actually made from 100% recycled sandals, then a lot of you would ask about them. And this, in turn, would be a way to educate more people on the environmental issues facing our waterways. Now, you may ask, what is a deck pad and what is it used for? Well, surfers use deck pads as an extra grip on the tail of the board to increase their balance during critical maneuvers, especially airs. Which is sort of funny because 99% of surfers can't do airs. Deckpads have become popular around the 1980s and have become a standard part of surf equipment. A boy with a deckpad is a rare sight these days. The very first step that I took to making an environmental surf deckpad was making a template. I didn't worry about where I could get the sandals because I knew where I could get lots at the beach. So I started to find ways of how I could cut the sandals to minimize the weight of my deckpad. Then I came up with the perfect design to make it as characteristic and as original as I can. Once I'm happy with all the parts in my deckpad, I now could glue all of them together with my special glue. It's called G glue. G for Gede, yeah, special recipe. I wish I had it here to show you, but it's back in Bali. So I'll show you again later. So, summing up throughout the process, I feel like I've learned a lot. Probably the most important thing I learned from this is that nothing is impossible if you put your heart and soul into it. Challenging and rethinking are valuable lifelong lessons that enrich your growth. I also learned that although my deckpad got a lot of positive feedbacks, there are still a few tweaks and ideas that I would like to implement into future models. One idea I had would be to find an organic reusable materials to try. Perhaps making a deckpad from seaweed could be the solution. I'm really happy with my deckpad because I think it's pretty sick and for pushing myself beyond what I thought I was capable of, especially since I got stuck in Australia for the last 3 months without anything but a phone to complete my work on. Working on a sustainable ocean product and helping protect our oceans has become a lifelong commitment of mine that I'll endeavor to live by and continue to live by. I would like to give a big thanks to my dad for always supporting me throughout this quest journey and getting me psyched in surfing when I was a grum. And to my mom for always pushing me even though I didn't feel like doing any work. She's always there. Thank you, Mom. And to all the quest teachers that helped me throughout this journey, especially Ibu Jackie with all helping out with my quest journey and quest work. So thank you.